I want you to check out this squash plant that I'm pointing at right here. I want to show you a little bit about, I don't know if you know how squash grows or how things work, but I want to give you a little instruction, a little hint, some tips on these squash plants. This one in front of me is a zucchini, and I want to show you just a little bit about how these things grow. Alright, this is the squash I just showed you. It goes from there all the way to right about there. That's where the root system is. And the way these things grow is, let me see here. Look real close. Right in here. You can see where the squash has been cut off. Well, when you cut these off, when they start to grow, you start getting squash. As you cut these off, like here, this is the first crop, right here, and on up is the second crop, and then on up, that's the third crop, and out there on the end, right there, is another one. That's 4 crops of squash this planting putting off. You can see that little baby squash over there. But this is how a squash plant grows. When you start putting on squash, if you cut them off, you cut your squash off as you do, this plant puts on another section, and it just continues to grow as long as you got season for it. And you can get a whole lot of squash off of one plant. Don't take a whole lot, but let's just show you just a little bit about how a squash grows. And it goes for the yellow squash, and I got some patty pans, and they work the same. But I just want to show you how squash grows. And as you cut those squash off, if you just let it sit there and grow, it probably won't do as good. But if you cut those squash off, and they get about maybe 6, 8, 10 inches long, if you cut those squash off, then it's going to be easier for the next crop to put on and grow, and you can get a whole lot of squash off of one plant.